Special Education School Social Worker of the Year. This recognition highlights not only Renee's individual achievements, but also the critical role social workers play in the special education system. Renee. And Mr. Miss Brenner will speak.
Good evening, committee members. So it's really my pleasure to talk a little bit about Renee. I've had the pleasure to work with her for the last few years at Cohen, and I had the opportunity to submit a letter on her behalf for this award and nomination. So if I may, I'd like to read a portion of that. Okay, Renee. Okay. So Renee Prawn is really one of those special, talented educators that a person can only hope to work with at some point in their careers. Renee has been a social worker, educator for more than 28 years, 15-ish in the school department. And the spanner for reach comes from a strong skill set, but also a very trusted rapport that she has built with Bangor families over time. The effort that she makes to ensure that students are safe, attending school, have a ride to and from school, and the clothing and resources they need is unmatched. So for the past few years, as I mentioned, Renee has been assigned as the social worker at the William S. Cohen School and the Mary Snow School. And what I knew about Renee's legendary work before she came to Cohen across the district, I now have the opportunity to see firsthand. So Renee is tremendously knowledgeable, and I really value her role in our team conversations to support students. I also have the opportunity to see how she makes positive connections with students during the course of the day, whether it's one of those scheduled check-ins or just an informal, casual connection in the hallway or in the office. She's skilled at building relationships. And finally, Renee really has consistently gone above and beyond to assist students and families in our city. However, if you were to ask her about it, she would just say, that's just my job. That's what I do. Renee's efforts to support students and families goes beyond the standard structure of the school day, early mornings, late in the day, weekends, school vacations, summer. If you need her and a family needs her, she's just a phone call away. So Renee has always done what it takes to support students and families in the Bangor School Department, and as I mentioned, has gone above and beyond. So I've really appreciated working with her over the last few years, and it's really an honor for me to introduce Renee Prawn as the MADSAC Special Education Social Worker of the Year. Renee?
I do have to say, my children are fifth generation Bangor graduates. This is my dad's pin. He graduated in 1968. So I have a strong history with the Bangor School Department and also with awards that my family has gotten over the years. My late husband passed 2 years ago, but he was Class A Hockey Coach of the Year for Bangor 31 years ago. But the reason I got into social work is because my grandmother was a city health nurse in Bangor, and she won Nurse of the Year, city health nurse, 41 years ago. So I am very proud, very honored, and very humbled. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
We have another award. It's a nice night for awards. The Bangor School Department and the Bangor School Committee would also like to recognize the James F. Dowdy music teacher, Sarah Cousins, as the Maine Association of Computer Technology Educators Achieve Award winner. The award honors educators who have made a significant contribution to integrating technology into their teaching practices. And Principal Mooring is going to speak initially on Sarah's behalf.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to announce this award. Sarah has the great misfortune of having her classroom almost directly across the hall from my office. So I frequently stop in and see what she's doing. I'm technologically not very savvy, but Sarah is fortunately just completely the opposite. Like Dr. Harris Smedberg said, this is about integrating technology into instruction. You can't really call Sarah just a music teacher or a computer teacher. She seamlessly weaves those things together, and it's amazing to see. If you go by her room and they're not playing ukuleles, they're doing something. If I'm going and looking for Sarah, I don't look at her desk. I look in the room because she's always doing something with kids, and it's an active learning experience, and it's great to see. She's positive, she's enthusiastic, she brings an amazing energy to our building every day. She also has learned to deal with my crazy ideas. I recall last year, she's a free Friday morning karaoke performer. And we do dress up sometimes, but when I showed up 10 minutes before a performance and handed her an inflatable fox costume, it was no problem. And she did that because that's what she was there for the kids. Last week, I showed up in her room and said, let's go sing at Vine Street. And she said, let's go do it. Let's plan it out. And I said, no, we're going tomorrow. And so she takes that. The kids are so excited to work with her every day. It's just a great honor to have her working with us at Dowdy. She's amazing. And so I know you'll join me in congratulating her on this award.
Thank you for acknowledging me in receiving this Active Achieve Award. It's an honor to be recognized for my work in integrating technology within the music classroom. I've always been a lover of music, but I always find myself as a lifelong learner. And when COVID happened, I had to pivot as a music teacher. We couldn't sing, we couldn't play instruments. And so at my previous employment, we started looking into technology and ways to engage middle schoolers, because we all know sometimes that's not easy. And so from there, I took one class and I just took off and ran with it. So by adding this component of integration has allowed myself as well as my students to broaden their view, experience, and understanding of music education, and not just see music as a performing opportunity. It can be a creative way to be an outlet for you, as well as writing, but also not even sing it in the traditional sense. But thank you for tonight. I appreciate that very much.
I could have these over photo in this space.
Thank you very much, everyone. Moving on, do we have any adjustments to the agenda this evening?
We do not.
Okay, great. Moving on to public comment. And as a reminder, members of the public may address the school committee for up to 3 minutes on school and education matters. Public comment shall be directed to the school committee and be brief and non-repetitive. The school committee's practice is not to respond or debate with speakers during the public comment period. We are here to listen. The superintendent or her staff will follow up on comments outside of the meeting as appropriate. The committee will not permit profanity or shouting and requests that speakers be civil. Discussion of specific personnel or student matters and complaints concerning specific employees or students will not be allowed, but will be addressed through established policies and procedures. Before speaking, we encourage speakers to review School Committee Policy AC, which provides that the committee does not and will not discriminate nor tolerate discrimination against students or employees on the basis of membership in a protected class. Speakers who share comments contrary to this policy will not be allowed to continue. Before starting, please state your name and place of residence. And do we have any public comment this evening? No? All right, moving on. Next, we have superintendent's proposals and updates, and we do not have any action items, so we've got superintendent's update.
So it's always been a busy time. The Bangor High School JROTC and band participated in the annual 9/11 ceremony at the Bangor waterfront on September 11th. Husson University is partnering with the James F. Dowdy School as a teaching school. This puts Husson students into schools their freshman and sophomore years. Husson holds classes at the James F. Dowdy School, and then the students apply that knowledge to their learning in their real world settings and gain classroom experience in a range of placements. The NWEA state reading and math assessments began this week for students in grades 3 through 8 in the second year of high school. Heather Hale will be presented this evening as our new Director of Business and is with us here tonight. The interview committee interviewed several very highly qualified candidates, and Heather's strong background and experience in school finance made her our top choice. Please take a moment after the meeting to introduce yourself to her and give her a warm Bangor welcome. The Bangor School Department has also been awarded a $500,000 PSDORT competitive grant. Planning is underway with the goal of supporting students with self-regulation and engagement. New legislation took effect today, but the Bangor School Department is in good position with solid policies already in place. However, you will see an updated restraint and seclusion policy come before you in October to reflect those law changes. PrEP met to discuss keynote options for the March 2026 workshop day, upcoming mentor training, and a state-level PBIS update. The group also reviewed grant opportunities for schools and teachers, received partner reports from the University of Maine and Husson, and highlighted professional development offerings. In addition, the Maine literacy and numeracy action plans were shared, emphasizing the importance of building a strong foundation for all students. It basically is a collective call to action.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the committee? All right, great. Yes.
Thank you. That $500,000 grant, you used an acronym there that I wasn't familiar with. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, it's the public school, I have to write it down here, Public School District's Opioid Recovery Trust. And it's basically addressing the impact that opioids have had upon students and their learning. It doesn't have anything to do with students who are actively involved in it or anything like that. It's just helping students be more successful in school.
Thank you. Any other questions from the committee? Member O'Carey.
Is the grant, does it have a time period to spend down on or?
Yes, it's a 3-year grant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? No? All right. Thank you very much. Moving on. Report of resignations.
I'm reporting the following resignations for the school year 2025-2026. Isaac Bushway, B, baseball coach at the William S. Cohen School.
Thank you. And moving on to business action items. Up first, we have minutes of the regular meeting of September 10th.
I'm recommending approval of the draft minutes of the September 10th, 2025 regular school committee meeting.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have the financials, the unaudited June 2025 financial report.
I'm recommending approval of the unaudited June 2025 financials.
And can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Jinx.
7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have personnel administrator nominations.
I'm recommending the following administrator nominations for the 2025-2026 school year. Heather Hale, Director of Business, District-wide.
And can I get a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
7-0.
Thank you. And next we have extra duty assignments.
I'm recommending the following extra duty assignments. Hope Oulette, JV Fall Cheering Coach, Bangor High School. Lance Fenimore, Testing Coordinator, Bangor High School. Nicole Downing, .9 IEP Coordinator, William S. Cohen School. Samuel Picard, .9 IEP Coordinator, William S. Cohen School. Anne Marie Roberts, .7 IEP Coordinator at the William S. Cohen School.
And can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
7-0.
Yeah. And moving on to the second reading of revised policies.
I'm recommending approval of the second reading of the revised policy GDB6, Executive Office Compensation Guide.
And can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
7-0.
Thank you. And we don't have any introduction items. So moving on to committee updates, do we have any representative reports? No. Do we have any student? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Member Hassman.
So just a quick update that the DEIB Advisory Committee has now been changed to, I don't want to mess it up, community, hold on, I should have written this down. I think it's community of belonging. And please, Ray, am I correct? Okay, Advisory Council. So that is the official name change, and we wanted to make sure to align it with the wonderful theme that we have and everything that Director Finney is working on, so with the culture of belonging and so forth. So that is the official name change, and we will open it up for new staff members to whoever wants to be on to be included, and also parents as well.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments? Yes, Member Surratt.
Will the Community of Belonging Committee, will that be a representative report that we get after each meeting, similar to the other ones that are listed?
Yes, and I think the plan is to have regular updates versus waiting until the very end like we used to do in June. And so, did we say quarterly, I think? Katie?
Yeah, the committee met and has decided that in like 2 Junes ago, we heard really long updates. But additionally, like a committee report, whomever is assigned from this school committee will be giving regular updates. The meetings will be every other month instead of, it was previously quarterly for our updates. So you'll be hearing more of those regularly as well.
Will a line be added to the, I know it's getting in the weeds here a little bit, but I'm interested in, will it be reflected on the agendas that committee is going to be giving reports?
Yeah, and I think, because it's an advisory committee.
Yep.
So that's why the name isn't officially on here.
Right.
But I'm not opposed to that.
Thanks.
The committees that are listed on your agenda are the committees that are required. Your standing committees, where this is an advisory committee, it can report out at any time, but it would not be considered your standing committee.
Thank you for the clarification. Are there any other, I'm sorry, Member O'Carey.
Yes, sorry. Maybe there already is information on the website, but for parents or community members who are interested in joining, is there a place where they can see the meeting times and the meeting locations on the Bangor School Department website?
Director Finney, would you help us with that information?
It is not on the website as of yet. I had to leave the meeting slightly early, but as soon as I get back to the office, I will talk to Director Carver Bieler tomorrow and make sure that update is there.
And my understanding is that everything's already on there in terms of meetings. I mean, we have to have everything on the website anyway, so.
And I just want to add that the the first meeting that we had this year was very specific into how to make these meetings more accessible, more engaging. So even if parents and teachers and community members aren't actually able to come to the meetings or participate, there will be plenty of opportunities for members of the committee or members of the school staff that are involved to actually be active on the campuses, asking questions, collecting feedback, much like we saw examples of when we were trying to get the word out about our PCHC clinics in schools. They were at open houses, sharing information. The goal is that instead of requiring the same folks to come to the same meeting every time, that there is more accessibility and actually more of an outward facing approach. And that was much of what that meeting, our very first meeting of this year, was about.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments, discussion? No? Okay. Do we have a student committee report?
Yes, this week we have quite a bit of sports-related events. Varsity boys soccer play Edward Little tomorrow, 4 away, and Camden Hills at 2 on Saturday away. Varsity girls play, Edward Little at home tomorrow at 4. Cross country have a meet at Coney High School at 6 on Friday. Football is playing Portland at 7 in Portland on Friday. We also have a SAT being hosted at Bangor High School on the 8th, if any seniors or juniors want to sign up for that. And I did talk to Sophia this week. She's studying abroad in Greece, and she says she misses you guys a lot. And, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Any other questions or comments from the committee? Member Sprague.
Thank you. I just want to thank Brandon for that update. It's nice to watch you ascend into the lead role over the last year and looking forward to working with you this year. I also wanted to thank the assistant superintendent for a smooth meeting this evening. I think it actually, and our chair as well, but the institution needs to be able to make it when the chair or the superintendent are not here. It speaks to the not redundancy, but we need to have systems in place so that we can go on in the absence of one person. So that's why I frequently say we got to keep to our normal meeting schedule, even if people are gone, because the institution sort of transcends any one of us. And I thank you for being here tonight and congratulate you on a pretty smooth meeting. I also wanted to highlight in a positive way, I think the social media for the Bangor School Department has been quite on point lately. I've noticed a difference this year. There's a vibrancy to it. There's a joy to it. And this stuff really does matter a lot, not just for the number of clicks or the likes we get, but there's a lot of fans of the Bangor School Department in the community, and they want to see what's going on, even if they don't have a student in the schools. People take a lot of pride in that, and it creates a sense of place for where we live. And there's a lot of positive ripple effects on that. I think among this group, I get the reputation sometime of being the skunk at the picnic for calling out typos and errors and things. And it's not because I'm some nitpicky proofreader on things. In fact, I don't think that's my personality. But it's because I want us to have excellence in all things. And I want us to take pride in the quality of what we're putting out into the world is on point. And also, the information really matters to parents and grandparents and other loved ones. The links have to work. They have to connect. They have to be right the first time. There can't be typos in the messages. And I make typos myself in messages. Believe me, I do. But for a lot of people, their lives are busy enough and stressful enough that they need the institution of the Bangor School Department to be on it so there can be one thing that they don't have to worry about. And the messages and communications that go out have to be ordered and correct and accurate, because it might be one of the few things in that person's life that is ordered and together for them. And that is why I care so much about the quality of the communications going out. It's not because I'm trying to be like holier than thou, pointing out mistakes. It's because I want it to be excellent and I want it to be right the first time. And I'll share with you all an analogy I heard once too about the importance of communications that I can't take credit for this, but the analogy is if you're falling from an airplane, you need a little piece of paper that says, pull this cord. You don't need a 96-page PDF. And it's just so easy to say we're providing the info to people by sending them mountains of data. No, we have to give them the right answer to the extent possible. And it's got to be done in an effective way where the links work. And we are an educational institution after all, so that has to be correct grammar, correct spelling, correct capitalizations. All that stuff matters because people are looking to us as an educational institution to be accurate. And again, more importantly, it's just people need the institution to be on point because people's lives are stressful and disordered and chaotic, and they need to know where they're sending their kids has it together. So that is why I sometimes am the skunk at the picnic at calling these things out, because I want it to be right. And I think we mostly do get it right. But to wrap this up in a more positive way, I think the social media has been really good this year. So there's lots of smiling student faces and faculty faces, and it projects out into the ecosystem positivity about the Bangor School Department. And that's all I'm looking for, because the ripple effects really build positively on that. So thank you. I think it's Ray, but all the administrators and people that are generating content for that. It's better this year. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Member Sprague. That was very robust, and I appreciate your attention to detail in all things, and that is why it takes a group.
You're welcome.
Member Hassaman.
And I won't be as robust. But I did want to congratulate Director Hale. Welcome aboard. We're really happy to see you here. And then also Director Finney, you have done a phenomenal job, and I want to applaud you. And I love, and that's why I got confused on the name, because the culture of belonging, making sure that that's not siloed and that we weave that throughout everything, right? And so I think the name change too to a community of belonging for the advisory committee aligns perfectly with the initiative that you have. And so I'm really excited because I too have heard wonderful things about everything that you're doing online. And it, you know, again, it makes every student feel that sense of belonging and feel like they are valued and appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments at this time? No? All right. Thank you very much. So we'll move on to information items. The next up important dates we have Wednesday, October 8th, 2025, regular meeting, 7 p.m. Council Chambers. Wednesday, October 29th, regular meeting, 7 p.m. Council Chambers. Monday, November 10th, 2025, reorganizational meeting at 11 a.m. at Council Chambers. That's on a Monday. Thursday, November 13th, 2025, workshop 5 p.m. Bangor High School Library, and Thursday, November 13th, 2025, regular meeting 7 p.m. at Council Chambers. And at this time, move to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? And that's it. With that, we are adjourned. Good night. Thank you.